Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here at ILTM North America, which this year, as the last 3 years, is being held at Baha Mar in the Bahamas in Nassau. And just happens we have here the CEO of the Nassau and Paradise Island Promotion Board, Joy Gibralou, who we heard from earlier today at a press conference, and we're talking all about how this destination has really expanded and grown and become such a major force, and especially in luxury travel. So we wanted to talk to Joy all about that, and as you'll hear, I know a little bit about this destination as well. I've been coming here for years, and so we're going to talk about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Joy, first of all, great to see you down here. It's been always wonderful to come back to Nassau and Paradise Island, right?
James, it's such a pleasure to have you. And as I said to you earlier, you are a true historian of every important milestone almost in tourism and Nassau and Paradise Island and the Bahamas. So what a pleasure and a privilege to be here with you.
Well, it's a privilege to be down here and back here. Thank you for keep inviting me back. I haven't, my welcome is it's still there, but that's great. Now let's talk a little bit about how, and this show is focused on luxury, and you've really become a luxury destination, right?
Yes, we have. And it's probably just how things evolved, but it was a perfect setting, Nassau and Paradise Island. I think, one of the conversations I had with you earlier was your meeting with Saul Kirsner
Of Atlantis.
And what he did there. And that really set the mark for Nassau and Paradise Island as a luxury destination. And so it was inevitable, that others followed suit. But I think what's made it even more relevant, pressing, and like it was the right decision is the sustainability of luxury travel. Yeah. That is the segment of travel that continues and that grows from strength to strength.
It has been amazing, and we could start listing luxury properties and more that are coming. Yes. Talk a little bit about that, because we date from the old British Colonial, which I've actually been to since it got renovated, and I told you that I interviewed the tourism minister for the Bahamas there once upon a time years ago, and then of course, as you mentioned, I did interview Saul. I've interviewed the president of this facility, Baha Mar. It's just Graham Davis. And I've known a lot of the people, and we were talking about the original hotel, which is the one with the largest wine cellar, the third largest in the world, right?
That's right, Grey Cliff, an historic property in the heart of downtown that's holding its own. It's a very small property, but renowned. It was the first, I think, if not Michelin starred, but globally recognized restaurant in the Caribbean region. And an interesting fact, it recently received a blue plaque from King Charles, United Kingdom, the first establishment outside of the UK that has a blue plaque on its door. And if anyone has ever visited the United Kingdom and they pass buildings of history, of interest, they will see that. So it continues to hold its own.
Well, it's amazing, and you and I got to go back there again for the wine cellar, there's an amazing tour, and I always enjoy going there. I do know the owner, and but I started coming here really in the Saul Kirsner days, Atlantis, Paradise Island, and then of course that property has expanded amazingly, right?
So much. And as you talk about Atlantis, Paradise Island, and of course if we look back at Saul Kirsner, adjacent or certainly very close to that property, when we're talking luxury, the Four Seasons Ocean Club.
Which was originally owned by him, but then he came
one and only Ocean Club. But they've maintained the elegance and the beauty and the charm of this incredible, iconic luxury property. And it still is. It still holds its own.
Yeah, and I was back there for the 25th anniversary of the opening of the Royal Towers, which was probably the biggest, the best opening I ever went to in my life, right?
You mentioned that, and you made it come alive. Being at the opening, it's something that we hear all the time. But the fact that you were actually there, and the story
makes me pretty old, right?
No. It just means that you're so relevant, and the relevance continues.
And then here we are here at Baha Mar, which opened up, and there was a lot of challenges for this property when it first opened, but it is now humming. I think they're putting in new stuff, and we're going to actually be talking to Graham Davis about that later. But it's great that you're now overseeing this whole region, and it really has been as luxury has evolved here in Bahamas, in Nassau Paradise Island, right?
Yes, that's right. And as you said, to be here at Baha Mar, an interesting fact from my perspective, when I started working for the government of the Bahamas, I held the position of Director of Investments. And so I worked with government negotiating this whole resort. So before it even became a thing, when it was just an idea, to be at the table talking with the developers. So to see the history, in fact, I always told people at the time it went on and on and on. It was like trying to give birth and the baby wouldn't come, and now
that was it had some growing pains initially.
But look at it now.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, and it continues to evolve. It continues to innovate, and I mean, every couple of months you turn around, there's something new, exciting, and that makes this so relevant. And we're just proud as Bahamians to have so many beautiful options in our destination.
Well, when they first came in, they're going to build another one about the size of Atlantis, and they're building this one. I was said, can the destination support that? But I guess it has, right?
James, you and probably 95% of people saying a destination the size of Nassau and Paradise Island, can it support two such large properties? But I think it was a genius decision. And what do I mean by that? Because when you have something that is new, that is as bright and shiny, but performing as well as this, it causes everyone else to up their game. And so it has been a bonus for our destination because everybody else is benefiting. And I always describe us as the Nassau and Paradise Promotion Board. We're the Switzerland of this, what we do.
Everything said be competition, but there really is, it's kind of synergistic of having.
Synergistic, that's right. And so to see then that they're each doing something that actually is complementary to what the other's doing. And so it means now that throughout the year, we have activities, we have events. So if you, and just that alone, it's elevated our brand beyond recognition.
Well, there's an arts festival here. There's culinary festivals over at Atlantis.
Yes.
Everyone has an incredible chefs, and now you're getting the chefs coming here. And yesterday, you're getting name brands like John McEnroe, who is his name is on the tennis center here, and we were both over there yesterday. I got a chance to meet John. So you're getting all these places plus the chefs, which is
plus the creative artists like the Jean-Baptiste. Let's not ignore him. That he has his signature. In fact, his first jazz club ever that he's put his name to. It's right here at Baha Mar. But let's go back to John McEnroe, a personal. Someone I looked up to for many, many years. My love of tennis, he helped to secure. So to have him here on Nassau at Baha Mar at the John McEnroe Tennis Center, and of course he works with with Bahamian Mark Knowles, who achieved such success in doubles in tennis, and is now coaching Jessica Bagula. And so when you see this is a Bahamian who's at the top in terms of tennis with John McEnroe. Really, really proud of what's happening in that sphere right here in the Bahamas.
Well, it is pretty amazing, and that was a first for me. And but you have all these stars of culinary, stars of sport that come here now, and then you have new resorts are even opening now. There's even more to come, I believe.
There's more to come, and certainly at Baha Mar we're all waiting with bated breath because they are set to make an announcement on their fourth luxury hotel that's opening, that will be announced shortly. It's going to be built. I know they've had about a year to 18 months negotiating with the government, finalizing contracts. We all know they're teasing it. It's going to be a branded property.
I think I've heard of what it would be, but in fact it's right down the beach.
Just down the beach, and those who know, we will wait for the announcement to be made. But how exciting, again, for our destination, and putting us in the light of when you talk about luxury travel. And I want to circle back to what I said at the beginning. That is the segment of travel today that continues to go from strength to strength. People want to pay to have great experiences. And when we have our hotel partners, together with what everyone else is doing, curating these very authentic, rich cultural experiences, it's a win-win for everyone.
No, absolutely. So it's amazing how it's all kind of come together now in the Bahamas for these two resorts and others, and more to come. And plus you have water parks, and you have incredible natural environment. The beaches are amazing. There really is. Anything else you want to tell? We go out to about 125,000 travel advisors out in the market. Anything else you want to tell them about Nassau, Paradise Island?
There is so much to discover here. In fact, just last year, one of the things that we started doing at the promotion board, and it's part of our brand campaign now, we describe ourselves as the and more destination, because people in the past associated us with sun, sand, and sea. And we're letting people know we are so much more than that. There is culture and art and food. You talked about the culinary experiences, but the diversity of the products. So you have I call them the juggernauts, Atlantis and Bahama. You know the British Colonial. I don't know if you've seen the newly renovated British Colonial.
I did earlier this year.
Oh, it is beautiful. They have done such a splendid job there, and in the heart of downtown.
Overlooking all the cruise port. Yeah.
That's right.
You watch your ships coming in the morning and going out.
At night, and that is an experience in and of itself. When you see them lit up at night, leaving, sort of gliding. But it is an historic hotel, the oldest hotel in Nassau, and I am so glad that they've restored it to its former glory. Close to us, there's a small boutique hotel, Goldwyn Hotel.
I actually have been there. Last time I was there, it's a beautiful hotel. It's absolutely amazing and very much quieter. And you can see Baha Mar in the distance. But if you don't want that kind of buzz, you can go to this one.
You can walk on the beach and get here within 20 minutes from Goldwyn, and it's a beautiful beach. But they get to enjoy all that Baha Mar offers, and then they can go and close their doors and have a relaxed. I call it, there's a Zen-like quality about it. They're into wellness, into all the health programs, but an absolutely beautiful property. And that's what we want people to know now, that Nassau and Paradise Island continues to evolve, continues to, I've used the word innovate, but create as well. And so if you were here 5 years ago, what you see today is very different from what you saw then.
I got to come back because obviously there's new hotels, and I totally forgotten. I actually stayed at the Goldwyn.
There you go.
So after one of these ILTMs, and now that ILTM is really firmly ensconced here with the ILTM North America Conference, they've been very happy here. They really needed a place that was bigger and it can expand, and I think they're going to be here for a few more years.
We're just delighted. The exposure that it provides our destination, having travel advisors and having the type of organizations that are here, destinations as well to see firsthand, invaluable. And I'm so proud of our partners, Baha Mar, for seeing the foresight and for ensuring that it's here for years to come as well. That's even greater news.
I interviewed Graham when we were in the previous destination, and he was actively campaigning to bring it over, and I interviewed him, and he was, in the next year we were there. So, Joy, I want to thank you for anything else you want to add?
Yeah, James, I want to say I want you to come back. When you come to the Bahamas, great things happen. And so
I can't promise another mega resort. I don't know if I have it in me in the rest of my time here, because I've been doing this for 35 years.
I know, incredible. And I just thank you for being such a friend of the Bahamas and Nassau and Paradise Island. And one day I want to interview you, because the stories that you can tell, the people that you have met, and how you can weave that together, that is absolutely invaluable. And look forward to future conversations.
Absolutely. Well, there is definitely a story story here, and there has been for many years. And as you said, and you've known the same people I've done over the years, whether it's Saul Kersner, whether it's the folks that helped to build this one, whether it's the owner of the Great Cliff. I know, you can still former ministers of tourism. I've been down here. As I said, I realized, I've been here a lot. There's quite like that, and it's it's great though, because when you get to know a destination and you get to love it and get to really care about what's going on, somehow things are even better, right?
I hope so. I hope
better in the Bahamas.
It's better in the Bahamas, and I do hope that there's a feeling like, I'm coming home, that familiarity. Oh, it's such a pleasure, and thank you, James.
Well, Joy, again, thank you. And I'm James Shillinglaw here at Baha Mar in the Bahamas, and this is Insider Travel Report.